told me this, bro. You can't play me, and that's probably a benefit of having a father figure there. You know, like you said before, because I'm a junior. So he raised me right. You know what I'm saying? And like bro said, he was with his father and learned about Haiti, and you will know yourself better. So somebody in the street, just because you 3 years older than me, bro, you ain't finna tell me to do this. I'm gonna be like, no, I'm good, bro. I was able to stand up for myself more because I already seen the dumb things. Then my brother went to prison and selling dope and all those things, and I seen how it affected my pop. So I was like, I got to do something. You know what I mean?
So if I may ask you a question, Mr. Prestige, if there's anything you can change in 2021 as far as their perspective on how Black people think collectively, as far as what we have our plans to do, what we need to change in the past, what we need to do moving forward, what would you suggest? To your Black people? I don't want to sound racist or anything that I'm saying Black people, but this is a real issue.
Yeah.
So again, my question is, as far as Black people go, and as far as where we need to go, and where we're projecting our thoughts and talents and everything to go, what would be your advice, or what would you change, or what is the process of thinking you would go into in 2021 to get it going?
Well, the first key is understanding your history and understanding your knowledge of yourself. And when I say that, I'm more so, that's what the book all about. It's about self-mastery. So what I feel like people have to study their emotions. They have to study their mind, their thoughts, of what they believe in. What's self-sabotaging? What's bringing you? Do you think negative? Do you bring yourself down? I think the mind is like the core of change, and I feel like we have to be more exposed to that. That was my goal with the book. Because when you look at the law of attraction teachers, or you look at people talking about the mind, they don't look like us. Right. So that was my main thing, is that if you change your mindset, you may be able to, we'll be able to handle life a little bit better. You might take care of your kids better. You might be there for your woman. You got a different mindset. You got a confidence in yourself, because self-hate is the main reason why we in a lot of situations that we in.
And I can agree with that. And from with my own experience, I know you have to know where you're coming from to have a sense of pride, and to even boost yourself up enough to have the confidence and energy to get to where you want to be. You can't come from this state, I was a slave, I was nobody, and we're struggling, and we can't make it, and let's beg this mystical being for what we need. It's all about getting it together in your own heart and mind that it's a change need to be made, it's accountability need to be accountable for, and then we need to move forward. Yeah. And if that's moving forward with whatever deity, religion, or whatever it is you may want to do it with, have that as a sub-code partner, not your main thing, because we do know when you get into putting something off into a god or a deity, you don't hold yourself accountable for anything.
Yeah, you mystified.
And when you don't hold yourself accountable for anything, you don't see a space for change.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's real.
That's facts.
That's real.
That's facts.
That was the main, that's the main thing that the book go into, as far as, you got to be accountable for things. Like, you got to see your situation and do a self-analysis. Right. I'm real into reflection and isolation time. Like, get away from everything and be with yourself, because inside of you is the answer. It's already an innate ability in everybody. Some call it intuition, whatever it may be. So your answers, the more, and this came with me, I'm a living proof to this. Once I got a certain level of knowledge and I started practicing meditation, I will get answers to my problems in my meditation. I come out of it and I'll be like, dang, all I need to do now is take this book, do it like that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't have that time for ourselves. The environment don't even let you do that. Right. Like, bro, you
so many hours out of the day.
Yeah, and then they might be like, bro, you meditating, bro? What you doing? What you on? They have a bias towards it that I think that's the part that they took away from us. That innate of God within you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. I believe God is within you. You're a living God yourself based on the fact that you're a creator.
Right.
So,
because God, God is the term of creation.
right, ye are gods.
So I mean, we create life when we form together. We create life. So what is that considered?
Like, bro, like you're a creator.
Right.
And your thoughts affect the reality.
Right.
We know that now. We know that in a quantum level. Like, as far as nothing here is solid.
Right.
All this stuff is just waveform when we're not looking at it.
Right.
When we observe it, then it turns into something solid. So it's like we are energy. And your thoughts play a role in the energy that you project out here.
Right.
So things will come to you. And and like she said, when we go into a mind state of we constantly suffering, the white man got us like that. The white man did this and this is happening like this, or I'm broke. You start reiterating that to your psyche. You reiterate that. And then next thing you know, we where we at. We stuck because we're collectively thinking that way about ourselves.
Next thing you know, edit this out. Next thing you know, you're on your knees for 30 years in church.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother subject.
And offerings and not
finding yourself. Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's what keep a lot of us black people stagnant. And maybe when me and you get on the interview, maybe I'm gonna get a lot of haters if I say that.
Because she gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it because I was a victim of being made to go to church since I was 5. And that is torture. Yeah. And going through that and sitting in church and thinking you are nothing because of certain thoughts you have or the certain desires you want or things you do outside of Sunday, it's terrible. And you shouldn't teach people that.
Right.
What you should know is go within and be the best person you can be to others, no matter whether it's Jesus, J.Paul, whoever they want to call it, whatever the Chinese, it's like it's the universal vibration is love. You can't go wrong. You don't have to know all of these other religions.
Yeah, because they all man-made.
Yeah.
And to get on that love, the love vibration is the love path. I don't know what your religion is, but I guarantee you put on some music, man, you gonna vibe. Right. Y'all vibing. Right. All of us are vibing. We don't know what the religion is, but if we get into religion and you Jehovah,
that's where the separation comes.
That's where it comes. Cause see, now we got an argument. We got an argument on who our God is. But what I always take to my grave whenever I go, there is a creator. But if you're gonna separate the creator and put him into different categories, you also have to go into different mind states. You can't tell me because I don't worship Jesus I'm going to hell, because then it's false.
Yeah.
And to go from that to back to, I guess, to bring it back to where we were at, you just gotta be yourself, look within, and want to do good. Right. Out of the universe, and you're gonna make it. And if you're the type of person like Ricky is, he speak from within. He speak from religion. His parents never made him go to church. Like I said, my father owns a historical gospel radio station in Augusta, Georgia, the only one, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't do church. WKZK.
I've been there.
Spirit. That's my dad's radio station.
Oh, okay. I filmed there before.
That's my dad's radio. So I don't fucking go to church. I don't fuck with it. Only because it's too many lies. It's too confusing. And it's like, somewhere you gotta draw the line. And you can't, we can't be worshiping deities, people, or anything that want to keep you on one path. Right. The love path is the only path we need to be on.
Because if we stay on that path, that path teaching what we taught, we're going to constantly be on that path. And our kids,
another generation
gonna do it. Our flock is going to,
we the first ones. And that's the thing that's so amazing about the time that we live in. We are literally the generation that can change everything almost. Like, it's a whole shift happening. Like, you get a choice. It was more structured when we coming up. Like, you go to grandma's house, you go to church, whatever it was. Now it's like people branching out. They thinking different. They learning about things that we didn't. Right, we got the entrepreneur spirit. We got the religion changing. We got the way they look at doctors and health changing. The way people eating changing. The way people dressing. People want to be owners. Right. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first time collectively. So it's like, what we gonna do with it? Right. We can, because I see people that's going the direction we're going. Then I see people that's still pulling in the old. Like, you know, he might be a new pastor. He about 25, 26.
Right.
He doing the same thing bro was doing and don't want to hear nothing else.
Right.
And there ain't nothing wrong with it because, and I say this to her a lot, because she's been traumatized by church.
Yeah.
So it's still anger to it. Like, I can't believe they did me like that and lied. You remember what we said before? Like, you lied.
Yeah, you be pissed off.
Now once you get over that, you free. You get a sense of freedom because you're not even letting it dictate your anger. Because anger is an emotion and showing that you still care about something.
Got a hold on you.
It still got a hold on you. Just mad now.
Yeah.
And so when you get past that, you get that peace. You get that freedom. So even if somebody come in right now like y'all going to hell, I'll be like, bro, if that's how you feel, bro. You know, it won't hit me wrong because I know where I'm at.
So speaking of hell, why do when people say you going to hell, you know, they automatically think it's a place?
Yeah.
Like heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got people that actually think like heaven and hell is like a place you can visit.
That's what they taught us. Yeah, they taught us that it was below ground.
But you only can but what I've never understood about that is like you can only visit these two places
When you die. Yeah.
Why do I have to die to
experience that level?
Heaven.
Right.
Can I
Right.
answer first and let him edit it?
Yeah.
You go ahead.
I'm not editing it.
I want to answer this first. I want to answer this first. For one, heaven and hell. Okay, for one. My question before I finally made my final decision, I had a few questions. One of my questions is, they teach you all the time, and I know I've been to church since I was 5. They teach you every Sunday. When you commit sins, you go to hell and you burn in an eternal flame of fire that's hotter than anything you can stand. Right. But for one, we don't take our flesh with us. You have to take your flesh with you to even burn. And our flesh is energy. Energy is electricity. Electricity is
we are fire. Yeah.
So if you're gonna burn me for having this thought that you say I can have a thought and go to hell, they say you can be perfect, have one thought one day and go to hell if you don't repent before that.
Everybody there then.
You're gonna burn me. For one, I'm energy. Right. For two, it was just thought. Right. For 3, if you that type of person, if I have a bad thought and you burn me in hell for eternity, maybe I don't want to follow you. Yeah. And that was one of my biggest issues is how can I burn in hell and I'm energy? I'm energy, right? You were energy. Yeah.
That's deep.
That's fact because it's like we energy.
Mm-hmm.
So like the skin.
It's gone.
You can't blow up something like even with like when your heart stops or anything. What they shoot you, what they hit you with to bring you back.
Clear.
Yeah. Energy.
Yeah.
Energy. So it's like
bring your pulse back.
Right. Because our body, I look at our body like a house. You know how you got your insulation. You got you got the outside interior, which is the skin, which is like
nice.
panels.
Yeah.
Like that. And the inside, you got your fiberglass.
Body is your temple.
Like the tissue.
Yeah.
And then behind that, you got the wires to control electricity and to make everything move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I see the body in the same way, which is electricity.
Yeah, that's a good view. That's a good view. And going back to what you said about heaven and hell, heaven and hell, and I think Khalid Muhammad said it's a mind state. So you can make anything hell. You could literally be at the beach in so-called paradise and turn that into a hell because mentally you could be worried about something. You could be like, man, I just hate myself. You could still be in hell in your mind no matter where you at. And you can create heaven. You know, seeing your child might be born, that might be heaven to you. You know, you might find something that you could, when you in that music zone, you might be in a heaven mind state. Like, so I think I think heaven and hell is not a place. I think it's a mind state. And you control that based on what you're feeding yourself, with your thoughts or watching or being a part of or the environment, so
that's why they get to saying like, man, this feels like a living hell.
Exactly.
Or man, this feels like heaven today. You hit the lottery.
Love the way it feels. What are you? Hey, nobody. And then you might turn that, like so many people have, you might turn that in there. And they need a shock value. So like you were saying, the stuff that she's saying or I'm saying, like, put it up there, bro. Like, we ain't scared of that, but it's just like, because people go towards that, like, I can't believe he said that.
I mean, because at the end of the day, all right, we wrote.
Okay.
All right, so like we were saying, because in the end of the day, you know, drama sells.
Oh yeah.
Sex sells.
Oh yeah.
So it's
always
like,
have.
It's sad, but when those two elements involved, you tend to go up. And
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what do you think out of these three things is one of the main reasons why there's a separation in just the world as in general? Do you think it's A, money, B, spiritual, like religion, or C, you think it's race?
Yeah, I'm gonna say all of the above, because when you go into money, you got classism. You know what I'm saying? Certain class of where people will hang with, like if you're a millionaire, you're not pretty much going to be hanging with somebody that make about 30 grand a year most of the time. Right. So classism has existed for the ages. Like even in ancient times, they had a certain hierarchy, and then it goes down all the way down to you just a regular worker, slave. So I think that's going to always be a factor that's going to separate a lot of people when it comes, but I don't think it's going to be over the years. I don't think it's going to be a race thing. I think it's going to be more so a classism thing, because if you look, they're even getting rid of the middle class. Like you either got it or you don't. And you need to stay on your lane over here if you don't got it. So I think money plays a big role. Then racism in itself is hate. You know, that vibration of hate is always going to put people in a division state, because you're going to be angry. Somebody call you the N-word, you heated. But I feel like you shouldn't even let that affect you. You know what I'm saying? Put it on yourself. That's how you feel, bro. Cool. You filled with that hate. So that energy is going to be on you regardless. That's why you see a lot of people that's filled with that. When you look at these people that's racist, just look at it. Just look at these protests and look at people that still, they look dingy. They look like they ain't got no light on them. They don't got no soul. Like we got flair. You know what I'm saying? They filled with hate. So that energy you poisoning yourself. You think you getting to me, calling me that. I done already figured out what that is. Niggas. You know what I'm saying? Kings of kings. I flipped it on them. And so I think racism is going to be there, but I think racism is a poison within your own self, even if you black and you racist. So
because you got some, and you actually got some black people that's more racist than white people.
Oh yeah, because
like believe it or not.
Oh yeah, and that go back to, I always go back to what I was exposed to as a child being in Columbia County. My best friends were white. You know, at first. So I could never look at people a certain way because they was there for me at that time. Like, this is my best friend. This is my first friend. Jewish boy. You know, he up the street from me and we cool. So, and even now they bought my book 20 years later.
See, that's the craziest thing, because it's like you have your friends, like, say like for instance, you might got a set of white friends. Right. You got a set of black friends.
Oh yeah.
And out of those friends, be honest.
Okay.
Be honest.
I'm gonna be real.
Out of your white friends and your black friends, where do you get your most support from?
I would say I would get it more so from black people now, or my black friends, just because they on the edge with me now. Like, cause certain things I talk about, you know, a lot of white people might be like, I don't know, bro. Like, I can't really feel you. But when it comes to like the way they treated me, you know, just me. No, I'm not worried about what I'm talking about now at this point. But the way I was treated, yeah, they had my back a little bit more. I needed some money. You know, they might look out. They exposed me to things that I might not have deal with my black friend. That might be economic, but I went to Georgia Bulldog games with them. I was able to see Six Flags and go all these different places. So, and then they parents just be like, I'm one of them. They never made me. Yeah, they never made. They probably got it though. That's the difference. We have to be like, bro, it's all mine, and that's how we think. And
you gotta pay me back when you get paid.
Yeah, like they got, like we gotta, and I think that come back to this way that it's set up, because I gotta get me type thing. Like, I got me, I'm gonna hold on to this tight because I don't got no more. But when you got a lot, and if you know about abundance and prosperity, it's meant to be spread. And I think they understand that principle more than being stingy, because they had a lot more.
All right, so let's get into the book.
For sure,
You
for
just
sure.
dropped the book, Mind Alignment.
That's it. Mind alignment. Wake up your stolen greatness through mind power. We dealing with the power of your own mind. Taking a look at your thoughts, habits, beliefs. A lot of things that we broke down into this. A lot of things that we broke down in this very interview. And I didn't get racial on this one. I got another one coming, and it's called Paradigm Shift of the Black Mind.
Okay.
And I'm gonna focus strictly on that. But this is universal.
How much work you got done and completed on that one?
Well, that one is just I got about 40 pages written on it. Yeah. I got about 40 pages written on this one. Yeah. I mean, on the new book, Paradigm Shift of the Black Mind, and I go into things like DNA, epigenetics, how we've been passed down certain traumas, certain things have happened to us, the way we self-sabotaging beliefs. Culture, victimhood. I go into things like that with it. So it's real deep. This one more so is focused on the universal power of your own mind. Right. And I just recently came with this. This is the workbook that it goes with that book, the Mind Alignment book. So this is Mind Alignment.
Bring it back into the light.
Okay. Yeah. Mind Alignment. Yeah, Mind Alignment Manifestation Workbook. Okay. And this goes into some of the very things that's in the book, but you're able to work with it. So it's certain questions on here I ask, like, the power of the subconscious mind, going into like self-assessments, what type of thoughts come to mind while looking at yourself in the mirror, like things like that. And it's an emotional balance, declutter the mind, and all of these things, because I felt like you can read something, but when you have that workbook to go with it and be able to really analyze yourself, you'll get more out of it. So, it's good to buy it together, and then the course is coming next. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
You doing video courses or ebooks and all that?
Right. I got a video course. What's that website? Is it Teachable? No, I think Udemy. Okay. I'm gonna put it on Udemy. I got it halfway done with that. I just wanted to have better quality videos because, this is going to be everybody. And right. And I had to figure out the platforms, but yeah, that's what it is, man. Mind alignment. It's going to be a whole movement with it. I'm going to build from this and just continue to build different products, different things, but it's going to all be services that will benefit you to be able to, better yourself. And this for anybody. And this is for, and there's not no deep metaphysical talk in it. It's average, simple, and breaking it down where anybody could read it and grab something from it. It's not deep. It's not technical, because I know I want the average reader to be able to read that and say, "Oh, okay, yeah, I get that."
Okay, how can someone access this book?
You can go online. It's on Amazon, of course. Amazon.com. I got an ebook as well as the paperback copy. Okay. If you want the signed autograph copy directly from me, I got a website. It's www.prestigespeaks.com. That's the speaking aspect of me, and that I do the public speaking. And also on Facebook, you can follow me on Facebook, Ricky Prestige Leverett Jr., and you can inbox me on Instagram, Prestige Speaks as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, Max, one more question before we slide off on NewbieVeT, man. What is, because a lot of people might get it confused between a life coach and a speaker. Right. And they try to put those two in the same realm as a preacher.
Exactly.
And things like that. What is the difference between them?
It's really very similar, except the message is different. Okay. It's still the same thing. Like my voice, the voice is powerful. Right. Your voice will make people move in a certain way. So I think it's still the same type vibe, but the only difference is the message and what I'm actually talking about with it is not something that you would hear regular preachers say. Like I'm certified as a mind coach. Okay. So certifications and things like that, and life coaching, I guess that'll go in under that, so but I don't want to be nobody life coach because I got my own problem. I'm just trying to tell you the basics. Like sometimes people put me as a preacher. Like, bro, you do that, you doing that. And I'm like, bro, I never said I didn't. I'm just telling you that your mind can create your reality.
Yeah, because you
know,
going.
That's how we've been raised.
You're going to somebody that's.
Then I got the blazer on.
You come dressed up.
Yeah.
You speaking positive, enlightening things.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to try to get someone that's out there, that's out there trying, doing what they gotta do for their family, and because a lot of people be in the streets, what they say, I'm doing this for my family.
Right.
Well, that's what it used to be. It ain't like that no more.
Yeah.
For the look, but for the most part, a lot of people get them elements, them traits confused.
Okay. That's a good question though, bro. Like I'm still fighting with that. I'm still trying to. It's like I told my mama, we building this from the dirt. Like this ain't never been, the only blueprint I really got is the preacher. The only blueprint I got is the church. Right. So just because of that fact, I'm not able to, it's hard to get out of that box. So it's brand new. Because eventually what I want this to lead to is even things like a metaphysical center or a spiritual center. You come meditate, do the yoga. You know what I mean? That's the end goal. And maybe every Saturday you come there, get a message. But it's not going to be about me taking from you or scrutinizing you like that's wrong. Like that's the difference.
Like a good motivation.
Right. Teaching different elements, different classes, different courses. But main thing, go back to the subconscious mind and the mental.
So for the people moving forward, what type of motivational suggestion, thought, or whatever you have for the people moving forward?
Well, I'll first say believe in yourself, bro. Like believe in yourself. Daily, empire is not built overnight. Empire built daily.
Oh yeah.
So it's a constant fight with your higher self and your lower self every day. So realize that even when you get a little bit of success or something happens, it only lasts for so long. Right. So you almost got to be on the next thing. You got to continue to move and continue to believe that what you trying to do will actually work. And that's the first step. Right. Because in order to even in order for it to even come to existence, you have to believe in it within yourself. So I just say, believe in yourself. I would say do self-analysis on the regular. Yeah. Pay attention to your emotions and constantly evolve and change. You can't stay the same forever. It come with age. It come with time. And, I think people be good right there with that. I can't tell them what to do. I just can tell them, lead them to it.
Right. All right. All right, so man, before we slide off on NewbieVeT, man, how can they get in contact with you? For sure.
And I enjoy being here. This is a nice platform. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to this man's channel. He got a lot of knowledge, a lot of hard work being put into what he's doing. I can tell. And but yeah, you can follow me at Prestige Leverett Jr. That's on Facebook. You can also catch me on Prestige Speaks. That's Instagram. And then my website is www.prestigespeaks.com. And just more than an author, I'm more of a speaker. So if you want to book me for any speaking events, you can watch my videos, see it there. I did a lot of things around the city and even albums. Matter of fact, me and Dorian on the album together. The Circumference of My Awareness with Chantrice. He was spitting on there too. And I just went on there and did a little speaking. So anytime you want to reach out for me, that too, like that Outkast vibe, where they had the speaker on it. That's how we do it.
Okay, I love that.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. All right, bet. Any love you want to shout out?
Yeah, let me shout out to everybody that support Mind Alignment. Shout out Ray Montana for setting this up. What up, Ray? Shout out to my children and my mother, father. They probably watch this. That's pretty much about it. Shout out to my woman, coming out with her book in January. Miss Turner class on meditation is for little kids. It's going to teach them about meditation.